Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Kay here, and in front of me on my lovely little untidy desk are the papers from a kit that I am sharing projects with today. And this is another Artymaze. It will be by way of a design team project, although it's a very small one. And recently Andrea put forward this kit into her Etsy store, primarily to make snippets and, you know, decorative little bits and pieces for journals or ephemera or what have you. And it, not only has it got therapeutic properties in that you sit, because there is an awful lot to cut out. You can also stamp in these plain boxes that Andrea's created. The colours are very, very easy to mix and match, so you don't need to worry about them, you know, not fitting in anywhere. By virtue of whatever you're laying up with them, they do work very, very well. Tickets and more tickets, numbers, tickets and numbers, and then bits and pieces that I've cut out here. There's a plethora of different kinds of shapes and detail that you can use, cut about if you don't like the full size that it is here, and just do your own thing with it. And then there are plain labels here, and then a whole lot of other work which you will see in the projects that I am going to share with you. Now, I've done another little bit of batch cooking because that's what I do, and I've made some ephemera. It's not probably anything that I will use myself, but I've enjoyed putting them together, and when you're not feeling completely 100%, it's nice to have something just easy that you can pick up and put down when you want to, and do as little to or as much to as you want to. So without further ado, I have made these 2.5 inch circles. They have all been covered with a gloss, and then the birds applied on top of that, if you can see them. And I've just used bits and pieces from the kit, layered them up very carefully, or not so carefully actually, because it kind of all just fell together as it does. It's a double-sided thing, so in betwixt the sandwich is a paper clip. I've put a little bit of ribbon through that, and then there's a little dangle here, and these are not embellishments that are supposed to go anywhere else. To get to the embellishment, you'd actually have to peel apart everything, and it would in effect ruin the little circle. So it is a complete embellishment in that respect. And then you've just got your edge on the back there, the other part of the paper clip. And if I just get a bit of card, you can see how they then slot over. I've got 3 going one way and 3 going another. I've kept all of the paper clips on a side to side bias rather than trying to put them at the bottom to go on top of pages, because at 2.5 inches they're actually probably a little bit too big. You wouldn't want too much of it stuck out over the edge of a journal. So that was that one. And here is another, and this one goes in, as you can see, from where the dangle is from the other side. A little bit of ribbon again. The only thing that is the same throughout these little 2.5 inch circles is the fact that they've got the little bit of gold paralysed paint going around the edge, which makes them very rich and, you know, very, very attractive. And then the little bit of mirror board and the bird on top with a little saying. Number 2. And number 3, I've made 3 each of the dangles, and then just applied them where I felt they would go quite nicely. There is the black wordage here, the black print on the tickets, so it all kind of marries up in its own sweet way. And again, you've got the gold luster and the decoupage finish to keep them safe and strong. Here's another one. They are all, the backgrounds are all different. It's just the two birds to marry it up, and the little dingle dangle here that gives it a different look. Primarily they are all, as is the way with batch cooking, made up of the same components, and I've just had fun putting them all together basically. There's another one. I think I prefer the pearl dangle to the black and clear, but it's, you know, it is what it is. And these beads that I've used are all glass beads, so they're all good quality, and they're not going to change colour or tarnish in any way. So that's another one. And here is the last one. The saying on it is from the Tim Holtz Chit Chat collection, or one of the books of wordage that are readily available. And again, pearls. I've just so enjoyed doing these, and they really have come together in such a lovely way. I'm actually quite pleased with how they turned out. And then I decided, well, that's the circles dealt with for the ephemera, and I did enjoy making the postcards that I shared last time. I did manage to send some out, and I'll probably do the same with these as well, only these are again from that very same kit, but they are placed on, it's an actual postcard which I've then backed onto 300 GSM craft card, because I wanted to get that very sturdy feel and look to the postcard. And again, it's Artymaze tickets and numbers kit, and I've just placed things on top of the ephemera, no, not ephemera, okay. There was a background piece of a background sheet which I seem to have all used up, and I haven't got a spare one, but amongst all of the tickets and the numbers there are 2 sheets, and I've just used those. So this is in effect 3 layers. There is the postcard, then the page that I cut the shape of the postcard out, and then the craft card on the back of that. So they really are very sturdy. I also had a couple of Artymaze little butterflies on a piece of paper, so I swiftly cut those out. Under there, I don't know if you can see it, there is also some cheesecloth bits which I've chosen to anchor down with the decoupage glaze, purely and simply to keep them all fairly robust and safe, because I should probably send these out, the postcards in any event, out to people as I go. Here is another one. I've done a little bit of stamping as well, and it's a print, and that was just because everything is numbers, and I wanted to get that sort of bit of wordage in as well. But you can see how absolutely beautifully everything just marries up together. There are some titles like Springtime, Vintage Find, in amongst all the other bits and pieces in the kit, and I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. You don't have to feel that you've got to keep it to a given theme. I think just by virtue of the colours, the inks that you use to ink it up and print on, you can tone it down or just leave it very fresh looking. I've actually gone over the top of this with the vintage photo prior to then putting the glaze on, because I felt it was too fresh looking to be anything other than quite a modern take on numbers, and I wanted that aged feel to it. And then finally there is the last one that I did, and again that's the other spare butterfly that I had available, and oh, I'm just so pleased with how they've all come out. A little bit of the glaze, as I say, and you know, I really do think they are absolutely lovely. I will put a postcard stamp on the back here and a little divider, and these 4 will certainly be sent out in the post at some point. I've got other winners that I'm waiting for addresses from for the other little giveaway that I did, but these are quite random and they'll just land on someone's mat as I go along. The little circles, I'll hold on to them for the moment, and purely because I really don't know what to do with them, but I know a lady that might know what to do with them, so I'll see what she thinks of them first. So with that said, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure as always to share Artymaze's digital kits. They really are exceptional value, and you know, a little bit of fussy cutting on what's been a busy day is quite a lovely thing when you just want to wind down a little bit and catch your breath. So I shall wish you all well and happy crafting. Take care. Bye bye for now.